Hello, my dear students. Welcome to our English class. In the previous class, we started a story. The title of the story is Polya, which is written by Mikhail Zoshchenko. The story is about Polya, who is an illiterate woman. The story Polya tells us about the importance of being literate. First of all, we will go through the new words and their meanings. Ignorant means lacking knowledge. Overjoyed means extremely happy. Treasured means valuable. Disgusting means unpleasant or unacceptable. Now we will go through the rest of the story. So listen carefully. In the evening, when Ivan Nikolaevich returned, Polya did not ask anything about the letter. On the contrary, she told her husband that she wanted to study. Ivan was very happy to hear this. He also promised her that he himself will teach Polya to read and write. For 2 months, Polya studied every day. Polya worked very hard each day to learn. Every evening, she took the letter out of the cupboard and tried to find its meaning. But it was not an easy task. It was the third month and Polya learned how to read. One morning, when Ivan went to work, Polya took the letter out of the cupboard and started reading it. The handwriting was so small and it was hard to understand it. The letter was addressed to Ivan Nikolaevich. The letter was written by Maria. In the letter, Maria asked Ivan to teach Polya to read and write. Maria also asked Ivan to make Polya feel how unpleasant it is to be an illiterate woman. Polya read the letter twice. She felt sad and started crying. Students, I have one question for you. Does the story touch you? Yes. Very good. Illiteracy is always a curse. It is very important for every human being to be literate. Now we will have the model reading of the text. When he returned, Polya did not let him know that anything had happened. On the contrary, in a calm and even voice, she told her husband that she had nothing against doing a little studying and that she was fed up with being an ignorant, illiterate peasant. Ivan Nikolaevich was overjoyed to hear it. That's just fine, he said. I myself will teach you how to read and write. All right, go ahead, said Polya as she stared fixedly at Ivan's clipped little mustache. For 2 silent months, Polya studied every day. She patiently put together the words, learned to form the letters, and memorized sentences. Every evening, she took the treasured letter out of the cupboard and tried to find out its secret meaning. But it was no easy job. It was the third month before Polya learned how to read. One morning, when Ivan Nikolaevich had gone off to work, Polya took the letter out of the cupboard and started reading it. It was hard for her to understand the small handwriting, but the slight scent of perfume from the paper pushed her on. The letter was addressed to Ivan Nikolaevich. Dear friend, I am sending you the book I promised. I think that your wife should be able to learn how to read in 2 or 3 months. Promise me, old boy, that you will make her do it. Explain to her, make her feel how disgusting it is to be an illiterate woman. Make sure you don't forget to teach her to read and write, Ivan Nikolaevich. With greetings, Maria. Polya read this letter through twice. Then, pressing her lips together sadly, and feeling somehow secretly insulted, she burst into tears. Students, now we will do some activities. The topic for today is not only but also. Read the following sentence. Polya's husband learned not only how to write his name but also how to be a successful officer. We can split the above sentence into two. Polya's husband learned how to write his name. He also learned how to be a successful officer. The sun gives us light. It also gives us heat. We can combine these two sentences using not only but also. The sun gives us not only light but also heat. Now look at these sentences. The moon gives us light at night. The stars also give light at night. Here the subjects are the moon and the stars. We can combine these sentences as not only the moon but also the stars give us light at night. Students, when we combine the sentence using not only but also, there is a rule. If the subject is the same, we use not only but also to combine the qualities. If the subjects differ, not only but also comes before the subjects. So see here students, in this sentence there are two subjects. The first one is the moon and the second one is the stars. So if the subjects are different, not only but also comes before the subjects and the sentence becomes not only the moon but also the stars give us light at night. Now look at the pictures and the words given against them. Make sentences using not only but also. So in the first one you can see the picture of a tree and you can also see an old woman carrying firewood. And we can see the sentence as fruits to eat, firewood to burn. So when we make sentence using not only but also, the sentence becomes trees give us not only fruits to eat but also firewood to burn. Now see the second one. We can see the picture of fruits and we can also see the picture of pulses. And we can see a sentence as rich in vitamins. So here there are two subjects. First one is fruits and the second one is pulses. So not only but also comes before the subjects. So the sentence becomes not only fruits but also pulses are rich in vitamins. Third example is Jawaharlal Nehru, the great Prime Minister, great writer. So Jawaharlal Nehru was not only a great Prime Minister but also a great writer. Fourth example is Sarojini Naidu, poet, freedom fighter. Sarojini Naidu was not only a poet but also a freedom fighter. In the fifth one, you can see the picture of a TV and we can see that TV educate, entertain. The TV not only educates but also entertains. The last example is newspaper, local news, international news. So, a newspaper gives not only local news but also international news. We will do the next activity. Here are some details about two great personalities. Write a few sentences about them. Use not only but also. So, in the first column, we can see the details about Abraham Lincoln, and in the second one, we can see the details about Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Abraham Lincoln, lawyer, politician, help the poor, kind to animals, orator. What is the meaning of orator? Orator means a public speaker. Put an end to slavery in America, famous for honesty, great president. Now we will read about Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. educationist, teacher, writer, scholar, chairman of the UNESCO, philosopher, orator, great president. Now we will write a few sentences about them using not only but also. Abraham Lincoln was famous not only for his honesty but also for his kindness to animals. Abraham Lincoln was not only a great president but also an orator. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was not only an educationist but also a teacher. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was not only a great writer but also a philosopher. Not only Abraham Lincoln but also Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was an orator. In the last sentence, there are two subjects. The first one is Abraham Lincoln and the second one is Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. So, not only but also comes before the subjects. So, not only Abraham Lincoln but also Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was an orator. Students, how was the story Polya? Have you enjoyed it? Okay. Did you understand about not only but also? Very good. So students, we will meet in the next class. Thank you.